What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Thursday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. Go ahead and check them out, as always, in the description to this video. So we're going to start out going over Colorado's three-star map from yesterday. They had one the day before, one yesterday, and then they are back into the risk for today, potentially seeing large hail from Cheyenne all the way down to Pueblo. That same risk area that we've been seeing back to back to back is back in play for today and tomorrow. Surprise, surprise, more for you guys. And then we're going to end the show talking about our drought conditions. We've had some folks talking about how dry it is outside in their region, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that here to end the show. But to get you guys started, here is our three-star map from yesterday. Now, a good chunk of population did get hit through the Monument area as well as parts of Colorado Springs. That was quarters, half dollars here and there. The real hail came down in southeastern Colorado near La Junta, Las Animas, Chera, Timpas. Forgive me if I'm saying these wrong, but really large hail there, 3 inches through La Junta and just to its west with a few different cells there. And this was wind driven as well by over 70-mile-an-hour winds. So definitely got rocking last night through eastern Colorado. Got us a three-star map out of that, hit over 42,000 homes. And if you guys are interested in that map, if you don't have Hail Trace already, you can go ahead and scan that QR code or click the link in our description to the video to sign up or to get a demo. And if you already have us, then you can look up that map. It's called La Junta, Monument, Colorado Springs, Colorado Hail. And again, it's a three-star from Wednesday. Let's see what we can get into today. So right now for the Central Plains, we had some storms rolling through this morning, woke up to some thunder and very heavy rain. That has since worked its way out. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning now in southeastern Oklahoma through the Broken Bow, Ouachita Mountain area. Not doing a whole lot right now. That's really breaking up. You can see it kind of fizzling out over the past hour or so. Now up into Colorado and up into the Front Range, we've got these storms that are moving off into Kansas and then nice clear skies through I-25 as we've seen for the past few days. And now this is what's getting us going here for the next 24 hours. We've just got that short little wiggle in our jet stream is enough to get us those storms into today. Sitting at 66 degrees in Denver feels a whole lot better than the 80s and 90s we're seeing down south, but those 66-degree temperatures coupled with dew points that are also going to be pushing 60. We got 59 in Greeley, Boulder, Denver. Centennial itself was 60 just a minute ago, dropped down a little bit to 59, but we're getting those high dew points. As the closer they get to your temperatures, so right now in the 60s and we got dew points in the upper 50s, the closer they are together, the more humid it feels outside and the better chance we could see of storms developing. And that's what we're getting pushing all the way up to the Rocky Mountains right now, is those really high dew points along the Front Range. Got some cloud cover here and there and expecting to see some storms developing in this nice clear area in the next few hours. So that's kind of what we got going on for the Colorado Front Range. And the rest of us are going to be potentially seeing some severe weather through like the Central Plains area, but our significant hail model definitely agrees on the presence of large hail possible pretty much from Cheyenne down to Denver with those moderate to high values going on there, but severe hail possible again all the way from the Dakotas down into the far northern parts of Texas. Everywhere else is sitting way too hot right now to get us any severe hail, but we could potentially see some winds here a little bit further east than this model shows. So that's kind of what we're dealing with for today. Here's what our storms look like. Got that first band tracking down. It's already making its way into Arkansas and southeastern Oklahoma. Should continue out that way by later this afternoon and evening with just some broken showers. A couple of those could intensify to potentially get us some quarters here and there and a stronger wind gust or two. What we're really watching for storm coverage and intensity is along I-76 here, tracking out of Denver. We could potentially see some storms really get rolling here by around 7 p.m., producing that very large hail. Now again, this is a little east of population, but it should potentially build some storms back to its southwest. That's when we're going to get Denver's chance at seeing some large hail. And then again, things just kind of explode as they move off to the east towards Kansas forming this big old line that makes its way through Wichita and into the Oklahoma City region by tomorrow morning. So kind of waking up to the same conditions you guys saw today if you guys are along I-35. But for 25, you could potentially, again, be seeing that large hail as we've seen so frequently. Then up through the northern plains here, got more storms kind of developing around Cheyenne by around 4 p.m. It's going to be more scattered up this way, but Rapid City, you guys potentially have a chance to get hit once again with some marginally severe hail as well as some gusty winds with this complex tracking through late tonight, should be around 11 p.m. central. And then all that just kind of wanders off to the east. Omaha, you guys could get some much needed rain, as well as Sioux Falls, waking up to some storms tomorrow morning as that tracks out of the area. So that's kind of the story of today. Here's your hail forecast. Again, everything's going to be tracking off to the east, developing out through the Rockies and shifting out this way. And you know, the timeline is going to be this afternoon through tonight for those severe storms. So quarters to $half pretty much anywhere from Montana all the way down into parts of the Mississippi Valley. And Oklahoma, again, most of it is tracking out to the east right now, and then you'll have the remnants of tonight's storm system tracking through. So it's kind of a couple rounds, and Oklahoma City might miss it altogether, kind of thread the needle in between those for today through tomorrow. But really that large hail, again, is going to be centered through Wyoming and Colorado. Sound like a broken record for the past few days, but really it's going to be I-76 corridor with those large hail chances possible there. Could see up to baseballs with some of those more aggressive storms that get going through there. So Oklahoma City, kind of talked about it, low end chance for you. Same for Wichita, Dodge City, Pueblo. Once we get up to Cheyenne and Denver, you guys have the best chance, and I think right between Cheyenne and Denver, like the Fort Collins area, potentially Boulder and Greeley. We were talking about it a minute ago. You guys haven't really had any crazy storms that have tracked through this that area yet this year. Today could potentially be your day for those storms that develop and track eastward towards 76. So watching this corridor here for our best hail chances. And then up into Wyoming, if you guys are in Casper, Rapid City, Billings, still got a chance to see severe hail, but it should be tapering off as it moves off to the east. And then, you know, out through Wyoming, it should be pretty scattered. So low end chance across the board for you guys. So here's your city forecast. If you guys are in Denver, things should be starting up around 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, tracking out of the region by around 11 p.m. You could potentially see pretty large hail, 2.5 inches, with those storms that back build towards the city. So keeping an eye on those. And again, it looks like things will really intensify as they shift east. So it's going to be very dependent on placement for you. So leaving you in a moderate for anything greater than golf balls, but you could possibly see at least quarters today. Severe hail is definitely in the mix for Denver for this afternoon and evening. Then for the rest of the I-25 corridor, here's your chances. If you guys are pretty much between, again, Cheyenne and Denver, that's where you got a potential to see that large hail. Fort Collins got a high chance for you guys, again, with some of those more aggressive cells that have been shifting west towards Fort Collins on our forecast models. So watching you guys, Boulder might be just a touch too far west, so dropping you guys down to a moderate. Same with Cheyenne, moderate chance for you guys. Denver's got a moderate to high, kind of right in between, for seeing severe hail into today. Then if you guys are as far south as Colorado Springs or Pueblo, got a lower end chance for you guys, but still a chance nonetheless to see some severe hail. So that is going to be your I-25 city-specific forecast for hail into today through tonight. Now getting into wind, going to pull that risk a little bit further east since some storms are going to band up and track off that way. So if you guys are down south through, again, it's going to be Louisiana, Arkansas, all the way up north, but you got a low chance through Little Rock, through Tulsa, all the way into Amarillo to potentially see some storms getting some gusty winds. Wichita, Dodge City, and Colby have a higher end chance to see it into today and tonight. Moderate for you guys, but again, we're gonna have that band tracking down that way. Not sure it's gonna make it into Oklahoma City for today, so low end chance for that. And then on up into the North Plains and the mountains. Low for Billings, into Casper, into Cheyenne, but again, Rapid City could potentially see another band tracking through you guys. So moderate for Rapid City, and low for everybody else through Nebraska, Central, South Dakota, etc. Then for tornadoes, again, it's going to be where we're seeing those supercellular storms forming through Wyoming and through northeastern Colorado for today. So Denver has the best chance to potentially see tornadic storms. Again, it should be intensifying as it tracks east of Denver. So that is, you know, a condition that we could potentially see. But unfortunately, Denver, you guys do have the best chance of seeing tornadic storms in today. Low end chance for everybody else, but non-zero. So again, as usual, if you guys are in any of those risk areas, hail, wind, or tornado for today, time to turn on those weather alerts. Stay tuned. And again, for Denver, it should be around 6 to 11 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time that we'll see those storms. Then tomorrow, it's going to be back to the Front Range and the Plains area. Again, very scattered up in the plains. Could potentially see that complex from tonight continuing to track eastward through Iowa, through southern Minnesota, producing some gusty wind, and then another line tracking up through Minnesota and through the Dakotas that could potentially get us some very small hail as well as some gusty winds. That's going to continue off that way. More storms for Wyoming, and again, it's just a whole scattered mess through the northern plains for tomorrow. Now down into the southern plains, there's that first complex that starts making its way through into southern Oklahoma by around this time tomorrow. So very similar to what we're seeing today on our forecast model for tomorrow. So watching that move out, and then a potential for more storms to develop along I-25, pushing east yet again, and then more wind forming through the Texas Panhandle, tracking eastward towards Oklahoma into the overnight hours. So, and then this whole mess on the Oklahoma-Kansas border. It's going to be scattered storms everywhere, but really we're seeing a focus for it through southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma, and I-25 into tomorrow for those hail and wind chances. So here's your hail risk for tomorrow. Going to see quarters possible anywhere from Wyoming off into Illinois for tomorrow's risk, and then could potentially see some larger hail up through the eastern Colorado area, making its way down into southwestern Kansas for tomorrow. So best chance is going to be for Denver to Pueblo, and then as well as Dodge City, Wichita area could possibly see some larger stones making their way through with those storms that develop along the Oklahoma-Kansas border. Low end chance for everybody else to see severe hail, but you're still in the risk if you're in Amarillo, Oklahoma City, Colby, etc. Then off to the east, Chicago and St. Louis, there is a possibility that you could see severe weather, but it's low end chance, and it would be quarters at the most. Then for wind, going to include the northern plains into that risk. All right, so if you guys are all the way from Minnesota now down into the southern plains, got a chance to see some severe gusts with that. Severe starts at 60 miles an hour or greater. So seeing potentially some breezy winds tracking through anywhere from St. Louis off into the Front Range with, again, Wichita, Oklahoma City, and Amarillo in the risk. It feels like a broken record, but that is just the way the pattern is setting up, that today and yesterday and tomorrow all kind of look the same, and that's what we got through the southern plains for our wind risk. Low end across the board for everybody else with those scattered storms. So, and we'll come back to you guys tomorrow with your day 2 tornado risk, but for now, that's what we got for the next 48 hours. Now, if you guys have been wondering about the drought, I mean, we have drought conditions across parts of the U.S., particularly the central U.S. I mean, that's where we tend to see really nasty drought this time of year. So if you guys are in like the Omaha area, if you guys are in central Kansas, it's pretty bad. It's pretty dry this time of year. So hopefully some of this rain that we're getting over the next couple of days will help you out with that. But most notably, all right, so this is our conditions for today. This is the current map that's updated. Here's what we had until last year. Pay attention to these areas in the desert southwest as well as the southeast. Got tons of drought for the southeast. I mean, it's really lush out there. We got a ton of trees, and we still had drought conditions this time last year. And then the whole west coast and south and southwest was in extreme drought conditions for last year. So it's better this time of year than it was last year. That's our silver lining, but we still do have that drought that we expect for the Central Plains this time of year. So kind of rooting on that rain for the next few days. Hopefully it can help us get some relief from that. So that's what we have for you guys for today. You guys can go ahead and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, again, go ahead and scan that QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video, and that'll get you a demo to our products. You can see what Hail Trace is all about. We map every severe storm live, so if you're new to us, we map hail, wind, tornado, hurricanes, all of it live. So if you guys want access to where severe weather is occurring across the nation, we're a great tool to have. If you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details on who we are and what we do. And Peyton will be back tomorrow at noon to give you guys an update on what is going on for your Front Range risk into your Friday. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.